Hey, how's everybody doing? So it's Thursday, time for the official Thursday Thoughts video to return. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be outside like I am now, even though it is slightly beautiful, but you know, with the weather and everything like that. Now, the rest of the video is gonna be inside. We're gonna be talking about starting routines, how to take, small steps, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and let me know what you think. We've all had big goals that we set for ourselves, but many times we don't always end up achieving those goals. That can make us feel unmotivated or even worthless. On the other hand, we might have these grandiose goals that just seem too impossible to achieve. They're so big that we don't know where to start, causing us to never begin. So how do we successfully conquer these mountainous goals? It all starts with just one small step. These small steps add up. The first few steps are always the hardest, but once you get started, they begin to get easier and easier to accomplish. When it comes to fitness, adopting it into your life is going to require some work and effort. Once you do though, you'll be happy with the results. And not just the physical ones, but the mental ones too. Going from being mostly sedentary every day to being active several days a week doesn't happen overnight. Writing out a workout plan is much easier than actually doing it and sticking to it. If you're like me, it's been a lifelong struggle to stay consistent with exercise, which probably means your approach to fitness is the problem. You're probably aware that fitness isn't a one and done approach to achieving healthy results. Any trainer will tell you that results take time. This can range from weeks to months depending on your goals and how consistently you work towards them. But the real truth is that fitness is lifelong. That's assuming you want long-lasting results. Just like brushing your teeth or going to therapy, fitness is a responsibility that must be maintained for you to get reasonable results. Don't let this worry you, because adopting exercise into your daily life is easier than it sounds. Be patient and know that a little bit of effort is required. But first, I want to talk about routines. How do you start a new routine? How can you stay consistent with that routine? And how do you know it's effective? As I've mentioned, when you want to achieve a large goal, you should break that goal into small steps or mini goals. This also works when creating a positive routine. Try not to overload yourself with so many new steps. 4 or 5 new things added to a current routine may not sound like a lot, but it can cause too much decision making for your brain to handle all at once. The extra cognitive load might cause you to call it quits before you even see results. Start with 1 or 2 new steps you can add to an already existing routine. I find that having a morning routine is the most beneficial because waking up is a good starting point. By adding the new routine you want to an existing habit, you're associating the current routine with the new one. These additions become easier for the brain to adapt and less cognitive effort is needed. After a week or 2, continue adding in the new habits you want into your routine, 1 or 2 at a time. Repetition makes a good routine stay consistent. The more you work on these new habits, the more automatic they become and the less focus it requires. Going back to a morning routine, how would it feel if you had to consciously operate every voluntary action, from waking up to showering to getting dressed? It would probably look a lot like a long list like this. Luckily, you've done these enough times that you don't really need to think about it. So when you slowly stack on new habits into an existing routine, you're ensuring that these new steps will be repeated. So how can you tell if you're benefiting from a new routine? In my opinion, tracking your progress is the best way to know if there's any change. Unfortunately, this does require a bit of extra work. But if you want to see tangible results, and you're a nerd like me, this is the best way. Tracking numbers is also a good method to knowing if you need to adjust what you're doing. If you don't already journal, I highly recommend it. My type of journaling is in the form of tracking numbers, but it doesn't have to be so objective. As long as you have something you can use to compare, you can figure out if something isn't working and adjust your methods. So to summarize, Break your goal down into smaller steps and add those steps into an existing routine. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And keep track of your progress, modify as needed. Fitness is much easier to add into your life. It just takes time, a bit of effort, and dedication. I help my clients with finding the best ways to achieve their goals by adopting a plan like what I just discussed. Fitness isn't one size fits all. It's a personal journey, one that I'm dedicated to helping people find. So if you're still struggling to become more active and making fitness a part of your life, please reach out to me and let's talk about achieving those goals. Let me know what you think by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Shield Certified Fitness for more videos and posts. Also, check out my website at shieldshometraining.com. Thank you all so much for watching this, and I hope you have a great day and a wonderful weekend. See ya.